Hey everybody, welcome to day 3. Today I want to talk about inspiration and chaos, my own inspiration behind what I do and what inspired me to perform. My own personal struggles gave birth to my calling as a performer. The resilience that I've developed from adversity in my life has helped me to achieve my dreams of like traveling and performing around the world as a performer in theater, television, and film. Maya Angelou said, "There's no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." So today, this is just a message of inspiration. I believe for everyone that we all have the ability to live our dreams. You can make meaning for the challenges in your life to overcome your fear, your self-doubt to grow as a person and achieve your dreams as a performer. If you dream it, if you can achieve it, then you can live it. You can walk in your true purpose and calling. I know that life's difficult, and I wish I could take a wand and wipe the fear and self-doubt and unbelief in you away. However, I know that that wouldn't be in your best interest, because the best lessons are learned from living through difficult experiences. Experiencing and understanding these emotions that we have are a part of our spiritual growth. They're a part of the spiritual growth that is needed for self-mastery. And mastery is what's needed with you to become the artist that you wish to be. Finding meaning in your pain and attaching purpose to your struggle can help you grow into something, into someone who can achieve your goals and create the life that you desire as a performer. Voltaire eloquently spoke this quote that says, "Life is thickly sown with thorns, and I know no other remedy than to pass quickly through them. The longer we dwell on our misfortunes, the greater is their power to harm us." During uncertain times of trial, trouble, and tribulation, it's in creating meaning around these challenges that will help you to overcome. If you can't find meaning, then you must make meaning. Inspiration is a whisper from the burning desire deep within you. You can take the necessary steps to translate the desire that you have into a calling and purpose. And then you can serve that calling and purpose with all that you are. When you do that, you will begin to see your life unfold for you in beautiful ways. Both could give up. Please never give up. It took me 20 years from the time that I decided I wanted to have a professional career as a performer until I performed a leading role in the West End. And that was as an understudy. It was another 5 years of working as an ensemble member, swing, understudy, and cover before I even earned a leading role in the West End. And all throughout this time, I hoped for something more. I had a burning desire, that obsession that was in me. It was enough to keep me going, to keep me pushing through the failures and mistakes along the way. It took that time for me to become the person and the performer that I saw in my imagination. Now, maybe you're at a show right now and you're on the road to what some consider success. However, something doesn't feel right and you don't feel successful. For many years, the success that people attached to my behavior was actually a dysfunctional response to the traumatic experience that I overcame earlier in life. What I mean is, I was overcompensating. I was seeking for the approval and recognition of others and acting out in perfectionism. I didn't feel good about myself. And I thought that reaching my goals as a performer would make me happy. I was wrong. I was unhappy and anxious, and I acted out in opposition to my core values. I'd reach a certain level of success, and then I would crash and burn by self-sabotaging and making excuses. I was an overachiever who was responding to adversity in a way that was seen as successful to the people around me, but I did not feel successful or see myself as a success, and my mindset was all wrong, and I felt powerless to change my behavior. But I changed my mindset. And I began to learn about myself, and in discovering and learning about my limiting beliefs, I made a decision that I would not leave this earth without doing everything in my power to try and live out the grandest version of the greatest vision that I believe God has for my life. I began to apply the principles from my personal development to my professional life. I began to study Napoleon Hill, Jack Canfield, Stephen Covey, Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Louise Nichols, Louise Hay, Marianne Williamson, Esther and Jerry Hicks, and others. And I met some amazing people who asked me questions like, do you know that you're in control of your thoughts? Do you know that no one can make you feel a certain way unless you believe and take on what someone else is saying as my own truth? Do you know that every emotion that you have, you can control? And it's only because that thought that you have about a situation that causes that emotion. See, all these lessons were new to me. I started reading books. I started practicing visualization, meditation, mindfulness, and I began to become aware of my thoughts. This awareness of how I was thinking, feeling, and acting showed me who I was and how my limiting beliefs were sabotaging my life, and I started to change my life. So I'm here to tell you that all things are possible. It is possible to reach your goals as a performer. If you want to perform a leading role on a Broadway or Western production, you can do it. If you want that television, film, commercial gig, you can have it. Wherever there is a desire or an idea in your imagination, the possibility exists in this physical realm. The question is, will you do everything you can to go for it? Will you do all that it takes to reach your goals? Will you take that seed of desire and do all that is necessary for your dream to become a reality? You have the ability to take control of your mindset and to use your mental power and will to overcome any situation or circumstance that you're in. And that's not dependent upon the talent that you have. It's dependent upon the ability you have to use inspiration, motivation, perspiration, and persistence to achieve your goal.